Who's new to the channel? Because we like to try and make it educational, so I want you guys to feel confident that you can learn PC2. As I go through there, I'm just trying to show you guys a little bit, so when we start using terms like, I'm going to plug in the CPU header or whatever it was, and I point this stuff out, you guys have a little bit of education in terms of what's going on there. So, okay, so this is the EPS, this thing right here, powers all of this right here. So this powers all of your CPU. This is your VRM right here, which does things like the better this is, the better it is to be able to do things like overclock the CPU, etc. This is your AM4 socket. This is what Ryzen has been using now for quite a while, and so all the way up to Ryzen 5000 series and first gen Ryzen all use the AM4 socket. These right here are unique to AMD. They do not come on Intel, and these are brackets. They're stock tunes. Use these now. Cooler Master and Corsair use these for their AIOs. But it's, which is pretty fun. And so that's most of you have to remove this, if you remove this, but there's some really nice stuff about this. This right here is your RAM, dual channel RAM right here for up to, so if you have up to, you're going to do dual channel. Channel 1 is the left, the far left, and channel 2 is the far right. They go in pairs. If you want to activate dual channel, you're always going to stick at least one RAM stick. Because we're using all four, we don't have to care about that, but that's just a little bit of up here is your fan headers. The light blue is your CPU fan header. You have that plugged into the BIOS area, which is easy now. We have a 3-pin and a 4-pin. The 3-pin is adjustable, and the 4-pin it can be, but sometimes it's not. And then you don't want to mix this up. This is your CPU power connector. It's called GeForce power. This is your motherboard power called GeForce. This powers the motherboard minus the CPU section, so it's powered off. We got 3 additional fan headers. And then down here we actually have our SATA. This is where we see things like plugging in hard drives is what this is for. This is our X570 chipset. It's one of the reasons that you can always notice X570 versus B550 is the fact that these are actually actively cooled. Down here, this is your front panel connector. You've got 2 USB 3.2. Dang it, I forgot those adapters again. Son of a biscuit eater. 2 USB 3.2. We've got an additional fan header right here. We've got USB 2 right here. And then we've got addressable RGB here. And then another, this is your center. 2x16, 1x16, and 2x8 PCIe connectors. You want to stick things like and then you've got 2x1 right here, and then these little fields cover your M.2. And in this case, this motherboard actually has that is an overview of the motherboard. And then finally, just because I know a lot of people ask this question, is this does have an integrated I/O shield, so I do not need to install an I/O shield. And this actually has quite a bit of I/O in terms of number of USB slots, etc. So pretty cool, nice motherboard. We're going to go and do our peels real quick and get that kind of cleared off, and then we'll go from there. So yeah. There we go. There's 5 minutes, of course. There we remove that as well. Okay, so there is our entire motherboard. I don't think there's any additional peels. Yeah, this all looks good. Like the way it looks. Let's install our CPU first, and then we'll go open up our 360. Crazy today. In honor of Made in America, we're not going to do anything crazy, and because he sent me a beard comb, so we'll skip it today. I know some people, like especially with the amount of new people, we're going to get a bigger audience and do it again next time. Okay, popping this out. This, I need to look at the video. I don't have to look at that. I think this is the only 5000 series that comes with stock cooler. I think the rest of it, everything else is not stock cooler. I think the only one that comes with it is 50, which is another reason why this is kind of a nice deal, is that you don't have to do that. Okay, popping this open right here. So going to top down. And We're just gonna, so when you grab a CPU, it's pretty straightforward. Just grab it from the side. You don't want to do anything like touch the pins at the bottom. There's this little gold arrow that tells you the direction it needs to go. The way Ryzen works is that unlike Intel, which is vertical, it's actually a horizontal. Drop it down just like this. It'll pop in nicely. Just wiggle it a little bit. Wiggle it just a little bit. And then just like that. Someone's asking, is Ryzen or Intel better for mini ITX systems? Right now, Ryzen is because the power draw on it is so much less. And the other thing too is heat. It seems to be better. It's got a bigger IHS and cooling seems to be a little easier on these chips. So we're going to be doing a mini ITX system here in a couple days. If you want to stop by, we'll visit. Okay. So we've got that installed now. Let's go do a RAM. Right here. Our Dominator. We're going to dominate, ladies and gentlemen. And going from there, so pop this open real quick. Oh, got it open. Somebody's asking if I'm ever going to do it. $1,100. I will probably not do. I don't think I will ever go that far back in the product stack. Crab Apples is asking. It's just one of those things that like $2,600 bill, $1,100, $2,600. Feasibility in terms of it's not the content a lot of people want. So I apologize for that. Who built their first with instantly became addicted? Oh man, telling you, SGM. 5800X is overpriced. That's interesting. Okay, so there we go. We're gonna pop this up. You do that. I think this is for this one. It's gonna be a little bit different because you're gonna pop it all up, which is not something we usually do. Okay, now we're gonna pop out. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna pop these out. So again, you're looking for a little break in this PCB like this. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna pop it in. Now I love how this RAM is. This RAM is nice. It's not sharp, just easy to install, and makes it really easy, which is nice. So something I want to work on I think it's hard to see, but here's a diagram that's showing you where to install if you only have two DIMMs or a single DIMM, and so it's telling you stick it in A2 and B2, and then you can stick it in the other spot. Which is pretty crazy. So I've never actually on the motor itself. A little bit. Line it up. Okay, and we have another one here. It all comes individually protected, which is good. Okay, there we go. Those are quality clips right there. One more right there. And there we go. RAM is all in. Double check it. Click, 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 click. Wow, that was like super delayed, those clicks. Wow. Can you use a NVMe drive on a B450 board? You can, but it'll just be limited in terms of overall speed. So there it goes. Wow, that was crazy. Clicking. When you need a shot, all of them click. They all click. They're all good. So we're good there, and our RAM is all installed. Okay, let's do M.2 drives. M.2 drives, here we go. What is a cheap CPU mobile GPU combo for the price? I would say at this point in time, the cheapest you're waiting for is like a 5600X and a 3060 Ti, which those are supposed to be launching pretty much any day now. Sometime in December is rumor, so that's really going to be when we're going to talk about like honest to God, real budget, budget. Better, like these are like 2060 supers for what, $300, which is going to be crazy. Okay, here we go right here. So yeah, with that, I think those are going to be when we're going to see the best combos. I think right now, given everything that's going on, there isn't really a better option for there's really a better option in terms of because we're waiting for the work. Grab our 200. Wow, it's like they're individually. That's kind of weird. So all of the screws and stuff are like, check this out. It's like individually sleeved. It's like, okay, you could have put 2 and 2. That's just a lot of plastic for this, but no, it is what it is. So that small complaint for sure. But for the let's be more refined here on the show. We're gonna cut. There we go. Look at me, I'm so refined with these scissors instead of my mouth. Okay, there we go. And we'll put our scissors away. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is if you zoom in up here, you see you got standoffs. These are lengths. So you got 82, 60, and 80. 80 is the millimeter length for the M.2, so we're gonna be putting on 80. Most M.2s are 80. 42, or the smaller ones, the 42s are usually Wi-Fi. You don't really see them smaller than that. Okay, we're gonna take our blue, pop it up at the top like this. And again, there's a little slot in the PCB, just pops right in there, just like that. And the same thing with the black, just like that. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our little tiny screws and screw them down. There's our blue. And we're gonna do the same thing with our black. Okay, and so there we go. Now that's all installed. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our armor, which we just peeled. Just gonna pop that on like that. Screw that in. Okay, and again, we're gonna peel the top right here. There it is, just like that. We're gonna turn it over. Pop that down just like that. There we go. We got a motherboard that's pretty much almost done. The only thing we're gonna do now is we're gonna add the components to the X for the review. Is add the parts for the Speak Roby, the cooler. So we're gonna add the parts for the cooler, and then we'll basically be good to go. So we're gonna grabbing our parts for the cooler and get that going. I'm gonna remove this. I know to remove it. We're gonna keep it down. The benefit for AMD is that there is specific screws that are manufacturers use. Just make a little user friendly like we do on Intel. Grab love this. I love this tool. Not because, you know, there's a lot of reasons. One of them being that that screen is just such a ridiculous screen, which is always nice. Okay, so here we go. What we're going to do is we're going to grab our little bag here, pop it open. There's a set of things in here. It says AM4. And then we're going to just, before we do that, okay, so my son kept chewing on electrical cords, so I had to ground him. That one's a good one. Sven 751. He's doing better currently and conducting himself properly. So there we go. That's a good one. I like that one a lot. Thank you very much. That was Sven 751 with that dad joke. Don't forget that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to pop this off right here. Little screws. So what you're going to do is you're going to take these little things right here. And they're just going to go into each of these little sections. You just screw on nice and tight. I like these. I like these because they're easy. There's no lifting and balancing the motherboard or anything like that. There we go, and one more right there. Okay, now that is all ready. All I can do is take this and just put it away for a little bit. Actually, why don't we do this? We can put the motherboard up in the waiting area, because now we're going to prep our case. So we're going to take our motherboard away. This motherboard looks super good, by the way, with that Dominator. And we're going to take this. Take these for now, pop it all in here. We'll get it out later. Store it. There we go. Pop that in there. Pop that back in there. And seal this up just so we have it out of the way for a little bit. Okay. Okay, now what I need to do is I need to get my case. I was like my mind was farting there for a minute. It was like brain farting in a bad way. Okay, do that, put that away. I don't need this for a little bit. Put this away. Get that out. We got a random thing. We're gonna take a drink and get our case. Hey, 800 likes on YouTube. Okay, let's do a giveaway. Let's get our case up. Right there. And we'll do our giveaway on YouTube. Awesome, good job. Everybody say thank you, YouTube.